I love when I walk into people that like think farming is the coolest thing since sliced bread just as much as I do.
It's funny. I just had a back and forth with somebody on Facebook. Someone was asking about doing postcards, and this lady said, "That's old school. It's dead." And so I replied back and said, she said, "That's old school. It's dead. Don't do this nonsense." And I said, "Well, that's interesting, as over $60,000 in my GCI last year came from postcards. And this month alone, I've closed over 30,000 in GCI from postcards. And I took a listing last week and have it pending at nearly 600,000 from a postcard." And she said, "Good for you. You're the exception." Yeah, so I've been farming on and off for, let's just say, 13 years. I've been in the business for 14 years. But started out a lot like most agents do, right? You do it for a little bit and then you run out of money and you can't do it, or you get distracted and you chase something else. And so for the first few years, I would say I was not super consistent with it. And then I tried different things, flyers, postcards, all of that. And I had started out with a neighborhood that I was living in. It was 654 homes. So that's what I was focused on. And it got to a point where I was getting busy, and there were some months that I would miss getting something out. And so a few years ago, I should have looked this up, but maybe 2, 3 years ago now, I had gone online and I went to a popular website that a lot of us in the business know, and I signed up for a 12-month postcard campaign to go to those 654 doors. This way, I knew something was going out every month, but it was a small 4x6 postcard. It was a different home tip every month. Nobody cares about that. And it was expensive. It was almost $500 a month for 654 doors. I mean, it was like 76 or 78 cents a card. So it was really expensive. Then about 2 or 3 years ago, I reached out to a friend of mine that's in my market, and he's built his business off of direct mail, sells over 100 homes a year. And so the tips that he gave me in that is what I implemented right away about 2 or 3 years ago. And that's just been a massive increase in my business from direct mail and postcards. I don't know how much you want me to share about those details, but I'm an
I'd say
open book. I'll give
whatever you're comfortable with.
I increased to a 6.5 by 12 jumbo postcard, like super jumbo postcard, right? So it stands out. It's full color, both sides, all that good stuff. And he said, "Look, nobody cares what your postcard says until it is time for them to pay attention to it. So stop trying to send something different every single month. Stop with the home tips and this and that. Order your postcards in bulk because you can get much better pricing on it." So he said, "Look, just I send something out every 3 weeks." And I said, "Okay, cool. I can do every 3 weeks versus once a month. So that's 17 times a year." And because of the way he was showing me to do this, order the postcards in bulk and then do every door direct mail through the post office. That took my cost per card from 76 or 78 cents, I can't remember which, down to about 26 cents a postcard. Well, in doing that, because I'm using every door direct mail and that uses mailing routes, that just naturally took my 654 doors to 1,200 doors. So I doubled the amount of doors I was hitting, increased the quality of the postcard, increased the frequency, and spent less money.